Central changed my life, and when I say that, I don't say it to be cliche, but going to NCCU really changed. I found myself. Let me put it like that. I found myself.
All right, so we have Mr. Austin Harris here, the teacher preacher. And so we're gonna get into a little bit of what makes you the teacher preacher. So the first thing I wanna ask is for you to describe your upbringing in Person County.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm from Person County, raised here, attended schools here. My mom raised me, come from a single parent home. My mom did a really, really great job raising me in the way of God, bringing me up in the church. And so I come from a family background where we love on one another, a lot of values, family values instilled in me. I think a lot of that kind of just made me who I am today. So Person County definitely had a big impact on who I am, the small town feel, and just being able to, connect with people and get to know people on a, relationship basis. I think that really impacted me in a big way.
Okay, so what elementary school did you go to?
So I went to two, actually. I went to North Elementary until third grade. Then we moved and I went to South Elementary for the rest of my time.
Okay, and then from there you went to Southern Middle School?
Southern Middle School, yeah.
So describe your years at Southern Middle School. I know you were involved with Men of Distinction with Bert Poole. Describe that.
Yeah, so I started out, I wasn't in Men of Distinction. I started out with Southern Middle School Student Council. And, I had always seen Men of Distinction. I'd always kind of, wanted to be a part of it, didn't know how to get involved with it. And Mr. Poole, he actually found me. He sought me out. And so I got involved with Men of Distinction. And it just kind of took off from there. I joined the organization and got to be a part of what they do and became who they're about. So, yeah.
From there you moved on to Person High School. What kind of things were you involved in at Person?
Yeah, so a Person from middle school, I started in the band. And that was my career for a long time. Middle school band, led the high school band. I was a snare drummer. And I was involved in band all the way through high school, which eventually led to me being in band in college as well. So band pretty much took up most of my time in high school. Yeah.
Okay, and I know you're musically inclined. What other areas do you focus on when it comes to music?
Mm-hmm. So I started playing piano when I was in the fifth grade. Even I remember at South Elementary, my music teacher used to end class early to allow me to get on the piano and play for my classmates. And this was in fifth grade. And even to that point, when I was in student council in elementary school, they would let me come out of class and play for the exceptional children. I would go and play the piano for them because they enjoyed music, and this was in elementary school as well. So I've been playing piano since the fifth grade. I played drums as well. I picked up the bass guitar for a little bit, and so as you kind of learn one instrument, the other one started to become a little easier. I played clarinet in middle school. I think I still remember how to do that, but yeah.
Okay. And so being in high school band, being in student council, set you up for a pretty good collegiate experience. Describe your collegiate experience going to North Carolina Central University.
Yeah, so Central changed my life, and when I say that, I don't say it to be cliche, but going to NCCU really changed. I found myself. Let me put it like that. I found myself. I knew I wanted to go to a HBCU. With Men of Distinction, Mr. Poole always exposed us to historically black colleges, and as much as he tried to persuade me to go to A&T, I knew I had some other options. And a lot of people from Person County, they go to A&T. I have the utmost respect for North Carolina A&T, but I wanted something different. I didn't want to follow everybody else, and so I actually went to a band day at North Carolina Central where they invite high school students to come and experience what band is like. And so me and some of the other guys from the high school drumline, we went to that band day, and I'll never forget it, just being able to get that experience. And so they welcomed us in, they taught us collegiate music. We got to play with the upperclassmen. We got to perform later on. And so just being on that campus and just seeing what life was like, hearing that band, and it was amazing. It was amazing. And so
you were in the band at Central?
I marched my freshman year. Yeah, I marched my freshman year. at North Carolina Central. I played the snare drum, and that was very eye-opening. That was a great experience, especially coming from Person High School. We were a more traditional marching band, so going to a show-style band, I mean, it really came with some struggles and things of that nature, but it was well worth it, and I really enjoyed my time in the program.
As you mentioned, Central is a historically black university. So what things did you gain education-wise from attending a historically black university that you may have missed out on through your elementary, middle, and high school years?
I mean, they kept it 100. They kept it real, and that's a lot of things. That's something that education sometimes tends to not do in a traditional setting. I know, and coming from Person County, you get what the textbooks gave you. Let me put it like that. You get what the textbooks gave you, and a lot of times we find that is one-sided information, and there's always two sides to every story. So when I got to NCCU and I started taking classes and hearing the knowledge of my professors, these African-American professors that hold PhDs, and just kind of being able to listen to them and sit at their feet, I mean, they really were able to impart some knowledge. Particularly, I took some history classes, and I tell anybody, if you get the chance to attend a HBCU, please take a history class, even if it's not a part of your major, because there was some history that I didn't even know. Things that would happen within, African-American community achievements and struggles that we overcame. And we always get the basic version of it, Martin Luther King did this and, just the familiar things, but we were able to dig deeper at HBCU.